There you go. You want another one? There you go. There you go. You know what? You could just have all the packages. Cause fuck this. Sup? I got popsicle. I'm hot. And I just turned on the AC. Yeah. So don't worry. I'm not gonna be sucking it. Pause. I'm gonna be biting it. Pause. Pause. Suck. I'm recording? Okay. Suck down.
Last summer, I worked as an Amazon delivery driver for a few months. The job started out well.
I did too, but it started off horrible. So, yeah. I worked in the warehouse. That shit was crazy.
It was good money for me, and at first I really liked it. But over time, I got tired of driving around all day. The job just wasn't for me. I remember that towards the end of it, something happened as well that led to me ultimately quitting. It was a typical weekday, and I started in the morning to begin my shift. First, I delivered packages to a neighborhood in one area, then moved to another. It was a neighborhood, and I had a lot of houses to go to in it. I spent an hour there total.
Jesus.
There was tons of houses there, and I made a bunch of deliveries. I left the neighborhood for the next one on my route for that particular day. To get there, it took between 5 and 10 minutes. In doing so, when I merged onto a busier road, this was the first time I noticed the car behind me. It was an orange and black car.
Mother clubbers trying to get all them packages. They want all them Amazon. What you talking about? They know it is what? Black Friday around the corner. And then you got that Prime Day, yeah. So they know all the great deals is in your van. And they want in on that. They want all your packages. Including the package that you got right now that's on you. That's natural. Pause.
The hood and the front half of the car was orange, and the back half was black. It looked like a custom paint job. The car was following me super close, probably less than a car length.
Jesus.
I just remember thinking that they seemed like a crazy driver. The road only had one lane, so they were stuck behind me. When I turned onto another road, where there were now 2 lanes, the car remained behind me and didn't pass. In fact, it followed me all the way to the next neighborhood that I would be making deliveries in. I began to feel a little unsure of the situation. But when I got to the first street and parked for the first delivery, the car behind me parked on the side of the road away.
What would you do at that point? You know? Because it's not your fault. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not. It's like 50-50. But what would you do at that point? Like, if I was you, I'd say damn the packages. And I would go either straight to the police station or back to the warehouse. And if you're going to meet me at the warehouse, be aware, my brother, that it's me and 75 other people here. My brothers and sisters on Amazon. Gonna cluck you up. Cause you gonna take our packages? Oh no. You thought shit was sweet?
Back. I was able to deliver the package and the car stayed there the whole time. I went on with my deliveries and soon I moved out of view of that car. It stayed in the same spot on the side of the road. Some time went by and I was busy working. I soon forgot about the black and orange car. Only until I saw it again later in the day and I quickly remembered everything. I was making more deliveries of Amazon packages and I saw the car parked on the side of the street. I was in another fairly standard neighborhood. I thought that it was really strange to see the car again.
Y'all playing with this, like, come on, man. At this point, you playing. You playing when you first noticed the car and you went to another neighborhood and Mother Clucker was right still behind you on your ass, like back pockets. At some point, I would have just got out and be like, hey, hey, hey. I would get up. I don't got no pants on. I just got drawers. I would, hey, Mother Clucker. What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Huh? You been following me from neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood to... That's good. From neighborhood, I finished it. That was busting. I finished it. From neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood. What you want? You want a package? There you go. You want another one? There you go. There you go. You know what? You could just have all the packages. Cause cluck this. Jeff Bezos. You gotta do better, man.
But it didn't follow me as I was making deliveries or anything. I also did not see who was driving the car at any point. So I worked for the rest of the day, and it was pretty uneventful.
You worked for the rest of the day. I don't know. I know in the warehouse, you working at least 10 hours. But I don't know how long, like with the average, like hours that an Amazon driver works. But for him to be following you that whole time is crazy.
I didn't see the car at all for the final 2 hours or so.
Cap.
Then I was finally done for the day. I drove the truck back to the Amazon warehouse, and soon I could drive home. I got in my car and began going back to my apartment about 10 minutes away. But less than a minute into the drive home, and I spotted the car again. There was no mistaking it. How many half-orange and half-black cars are out there on the road? The car was once again driving behind me. I was freaked out now, knowing it had been around me almost the entire day.
You're just not freaking out? There's literally been, let's say, the whole day, so let's say like 30 times. You probably went to like a different neighborhood or different house or different business. And he's been on your ass like crazy, even if you didn't see him. And you just now freaking, shut the hell up.
I had never seen this car before either, until today. I didn't know who it was, or what it was that they wanted. As I drove home, the car started following me extremely close again. The closer I got to my place, the more concerned I was. When it came time for me to drive into my apartment parking lot, I was very scared. The parking lot was sort of big and had a few different sections. I tried driving around the place, but the car parked not long after entering. It was almost as if they knew this was my place. I then had a crazy thought that maybe this was just a huge coincidence and the driver of the car lived there.
Yeah.
But then I realized that I had never seen it here before, and seeing the car all day was just too crazy. I kept driving and parked just about as far away from the car as I could. I very carefully made my way to my apartment building, and I was able to get inside and up to my apartment okay. When I got inside my apartment, the first thing I did was go over to the window and look outside.
I'm trying to figure out why in the hell have you not called the police? You haven't called nobody to let you know the situation, or to let them know that the situation that you're in. So you just gonna what you gonna do? I mean, you better know how to fight. You better be packing, pause, or you better have some Adidas 37,000s on. That's all I gotta tell you about that.
My window overlooked much of the parking lot, and I could still see the car sitting there. I waited and kept watching, but I never saw anybody get out. I could tell somebody was inside, but I couldn't see any details of them at all. The car remained there for about 20 minutes.
Jesus.
Then I watched it back up and drive away. After that one day in particular, I never saw it again.
That's more than enough. The clique knows where you live. You as a human being, you're sorry. You're ass. You're trash. Your ass is grass. I hate taste. Okay. I literally forgot what I was talking about.
Know who was in that car and why they followed me. Something was definitely up.
No
but
shit.
I really don't know what. I didn't work at Amazon for much longer after that.
You pissing me off. Thank God we done with this story, because I was about to get, man. I was about to smack you through the screen.
I live by myself
Nice
in a
ass
two-story
house.
house that's in the suburbs. Like many people, I order Amazon packages all the time. I go on Amazon.
Don't do that. I'm not. Don't say all people like we want. Like everybody do that. I occasionally order off of Amazon. That's it. Like, I'm not doing that shit all the time. Has anybody ever realized that Amazon's taxes went up? Like, something would say it costs like $9, but you go to check out, it's like $15, $16. Jesus.
To buy almost anything I need that I either can't get in stores or I'm just too lazy to. A couple of months ago, I was home and inside my house when there was a random knock at the front door. It was like a fast 2 knocks. I walked over, taking my time. When I arrived at the...
I'm not answering that. That's suspicious as hell. Who knocks like that? Unless you're on some cluck shit. Who knocks that fat? It's supposed to be. Yeah.
My door, I opened it to see nobody there. However, there was an Amazon package on the front step. It was a rather large box, and I looked over and saw an Amazon truck driving away. I thought to myself for a moment on what this was. I really didn't remember ordering anything, much less something so big. I picked up the box and took it inside. When I looked at it, sure enough, it was addressed to me. They certainly hadn't delivered it to the wrong house like I thought might be a possibility. I was now really curious, and I opened up the box. Inside of it was a large teddy bear. It was honestly huge. I was very confused by this because I knew that I hadn't ordered it. I then logged onto my Amazon account and looked at my recent purchases.
Question. I know some people be messing with teddy bears and like putting cameras like where the eyes are. But it's
You want an 8-piece or a 16-piece?
Afraid that I had maybe gotten hacked. But everything appeared normal.
That's what I was saying. So I know that people be messing with teddy bears and putting cameras where the eyes are sometimes, right? On some clock shit. That's crazy. But it's like, you're getting it from Amazon. It's sealed up. So the chances... Now, I don't know if this is really clucked up, but I don't know if people make... I don't know how to say, like... I don't know if there's stuffed animals or teddy bears out there with cameras already inside. Because maybe you want to watch like your baby in another room, but you don't want to know them. You know, you don't want to. You don't want them to know that they're watching. Like, I don't know. Like, instead of using like a camera, like a baby monitor, you put cameras inside the teddy bear, and you can purchase. You can purchase like you know, a camera. I mean, how would you describe it? Like a camera bear? Or like a security bear? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you can just buy teddy bears with cameras already inside. No, that's some cluck shit, right? Nah, I gotta look that up. That's crazy if that's real.
It only showed the purchases that I knew I had made. I even checked my bank account and recent purchases, and still, everything seemed normal. It was a mystery to me, but possibly somebody that I knew had ordered it to my house for me. If you have an Amazon account, all you really need is a name and address, and you can have anything sent to anybody. I tried thinking of somebody who would maybe send it to me, but I couldn't think of anyone. It seemed like a really random thing. All I could do was wonder about it. But the very next day, when I got home, I saw another Amazon package on my front step. This one was smaller than the previous one. I also knew that I hadn't ordered this either. I was really curious again, so I opened it up, and this time, it was a box of fancy chocolates. It appeared as though I had a secret admirer, but I had no clue who it.
Secret admirer my ass. I will never fully trust candy that I get from a stranger. Granted, that seems pretty, that seems like common sense, but think about it. It's Halloween. Ever since I heard these stories, so this is what I heard, some time ago. I don't know who did this, but somebody messed with the candies, like store-bought candies, put nails in them, or put something else harmful in the candies, and wrapped it back up and make it look like it was brand new. So when people opened it, it was like, oh shit, okay, it looks nice. It don't look like nobody messed with it, but in reality, so when they open it, boom, put it in their mouth, bleeding. Jesus. I'm a very skeptical person.
Possibly be. I wasn't sure whether to be happy or feel creeped out. 2 days later, I got another Amazon package.
Okay.
This time, it was another teddy bear, but a smaller one. I was wondering how many of these packages I was going to get, and I was dying to know who was doing this. But then, things took a really weird turn. That night, when I was home, I was in the living room, and all of the curtains were covering the windows. It was probably about 10 p.m., and I saw the shadow of somebody walking right past the front window outside. Whoever it was had to be walking right up next to the window, and as soon as I saw it, my heart started racing. I remembered all of the packages, and I knew instantly that there had to be a connection. The person was headed to the side of my house, whoever it was. I walked over there, which is where my bedroom was, and I opened the door, just in time to see somebody running off outside of my bedroom window. I didn't get a good look at them at all. They were kind of a blur as they ran off in the distance. I went over to the window and looked out, but they were long gone by then. I couldn't figure out where they had gone to. In my entire time living there, I had never seen anybody running through my yard before. After that night, I never got any more packages. I don't know who it was, but I think it was the person who was in my yard that night.
Shut up.
This happened a year and a half ago. I live alone in a house, and this took place on a random weeknight. The sun had just recently set, and it was the evening, but I don't remember the exact time. I know I was in my bedroom, though, when I heard a knocking on the front door. I got up and walked out to look and see who was there. Before I could get to the front of the house, there was another knock, though. I then looked out the front window at the step. There was a man standing there in an Amazon hat, holding a package. I was about to go over and open the door without giving it a second thought.
I do not recall the last time an Amazon driver knocked and waited for someone to come out. I think they usually either never knock and just drop off the package, or knock and drop off the package. I've never seen that before. So you got all that.
But I realized that I didn't remember ordering anything on Amazon recently. I really didn't know what it could be. For some reason, I decided to not open the door.
There you go.
I figured that the man would just leave the package at the doorstep and then walk away. He kept standing there though, and then he knocked another time. It was dark out, so I didn't have a good look at him at all. Plus, his hat didn't allow me to get a good look at his face. He seemed sort of big though. I was watching him from the front window, and he would not have a good view of it at all. I was also very careful that he didn't see me. The man kept standing there for over a minute before knocking yet again. He then looked around and I ducked down from my spot. I decided then to just walk away. I went back to my bedroom, but when I got there...
What? Why you walk away? He don't see you. You don't... Yeah. He don't see you. You see him. So keep your eye on that motherfucker.
I heard even more knocking from the front door. Finally, it stopped. Several minutes went by, and I thought that the man had left. I came out of my bedroom to check, because I was really curious as to what the package was that I had received. I decided to check out the window again, just to be safe. But when I did, the guy was still standing there. I couldn't believe it. Didn't he have other deliveries to make? I really didn't know why he was out delivering this late anyways. He had probably been at my house for almost 10 minutes at that point.
Jesus.
I kept watching him. Now I was really curious. The guy was just standing there and looking around, like he knew that I was home and he was just waiting for me to answer the door. A few more minutes went by. He knocked very loudly one more time and yelled, "Amazon package." The man then set the box on the front step a couple of feet away from the door. Then he started to walk away. But he didn't go very far. I watched him go around the corner and then stop. I could barely see him, but he hadn't left.
Call the
He was
police.
standing in front of my garage, kind of out of view of the front step though. I thought about retrieving the package, but I wasn't going to with this guy waiting right there. It seemed really suspicious. I decided not to get it, and I kept watching the man instead. He remained there for the longest time. It had to be at least 5 minutes. Then I watched the man appear again completely from around the corner. He grabbed the package and picked it up. He walked away down the driveway and into the street.
Oh no.
The way he picked up the package, it seemed extremely light. I wouldn't doubt if nothing was in the box at all. I think that it was some type of setup, and I'm really glad that I didn't answer the door.
Out of all these stories, you're the last story, you're the person that was thinking clearly. Jesus Christ. The first story pissed me off. The second story pissed me off. Jesus. I promise you, no job is worth your life. Damn sure not Amazon. You know how many Amazon workers, you know how many times, you know how many workers or employees Amazon go on a daily basis? It's crazy. They go through employees. Their turnaround rate is so high, it's ridiculous. They gotta go through employees every day. Either every day or every other day. And they'll drop you in a second. They can find anybody else. Jesus. I'm kind of pissed, I'm not gonna lie. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you, stay happy, my family.